I have to ask.
He's done. I got it.
I'm not done, but it was a rough stint.
Mike, you had possibly the roughest two starts. The first one didn't go to plan. The second one also it didn't quite come off, but you battled back. You gained positions, and I assume you guys repaired the car quite heavily as well, considering the length of the stop.
Yes, we had a 44-second stop, I believe, on that second one. That was from the damage. There's an Audi just off, sure. And
okay. Is
Tony's
it, Mike? I
just
gotta
doing
ask.
his thing. It's fine.
Mike,
it's fine.
Mike, I gotta ask. Is it scarier when you're not holding the wheel?
Oh yeah, I think so.
because I'm frightened and I'm not even a part of this particular team. So
yeah, I'm gonna come back to you on that, Jesse, because I'm gonna go spot for Tony for a second.
Okay, that sounds fantastic. Mike Jones has leapt out of his chair with the speed of a gazelle and is running back down to the 714 Team Purple box, and I think that's the right call because I mean he is in heavy traffic and he's got pace to pass some of these guys. So
if only he ran that quick when he was pit lane reporter.
I've said a lot of things about Mike Jones in the first hour and a half of this race, but I did not insult the man's athleticism.
Look, we love to take digs at each other for the pit lane report.
He has the whole field behind him, essentially. So you had the opposite. Rocky start, nice recovery, repaired damage. I believe Anthony's in the car now.
Yeah, Tony's driving now, and then Cam, because Cam doesn't have power. He was supposed to be Cam, but that South African load shedding going on. Tony's running quick lap time, so he's faster than he's currently behind P8 and 9, and gaining.
So my question to you is, were you going to ever do a double stint to start this race, or were you always going to do a single?
So it's not planned for us to run doubles, but I could have, realistically. It was all dependent on my wrist, how my wrist was feeling. And then Tony showed up and he's like, "Oh, I'm good." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I let him go ahead and take it because I don't want to overwork my bad wrist too much if I can help it. But luckily, Monza's just not too... Yep.
Ferrari, all sorts of squirrely there. And
he's been quicker than him the entire time he's been behind him, so... Tony's definitely our fastest driver, so not bad to put him in the car at this point anyway, to be honest.
Well, I was just going to ask, in the 714, how is your strategy, to be honest, with some of the problems that team has had? Meanwhile, Anthony Beignet, or Tony, as he's more referred to, has actually made up another position now, up to 33rd place. Was in 35th after that second pit stop to repair the damage. So even Team Purple, who's the last of our 5 teams, they're threatening to climb out of the bottom 10 positions here at this stage.
Yeah, definitely making the best of a tough situation for the first 2 hours. Tony fighting up into 33rd position. He has a ways to go, according to my timing board, up to the number 60 car. There's an Audi out in front of him by... I can't quite tell. Looks like a little more than 30 seconds. Maybe like 35 seconds. To Venatius and that number 60 Audi. The Lexus in front of him is going to be Traffic.
I have to read these hashtags simply because they made me laugh, and if it makes me laugh, I have to say it out loud. Of course, one of the things, Nick, you can learn in a race like this is, you have a bad race or you have a race that doesn't go your way, it turns into a test session, and well, that just makes you better next time.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. He said that they were tuning their setup for the hotter temperature, which is something that a lot of the other teams were worried about, is that the high temperatures would be, creating inconsistent lap times and affecting pace. So it's interesting that they were planning on that, and he said it was backfiring. So I'm just curious what that
three wide
means.
briefly. That's Tony Benet on the outside trying to make it go into turn 1 into the chicane. Can't quite get it done, and goes over the sausage curbs and the baguettes and everything else. And that position was still, he kind of ran through there a bit, did Tony, but I'm not sure how the stewards are going to feel about that. That wasn't necessarily a legal pass. Oh, and Ferrari in the background there going off into the second chicane. It was not the 712 of Kubica. That was a different car. But of course, we talked about how quick Tony was, and he is just sort of gone at this point. So a scrap at the back between our two cars. Not the cleanest of maneuvers. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure how the stewards are going to feel about that. But either way, pass completed.
Yeah, I mean, showing that incredible pace there. I think it was just more traffic than he was expecting going into turn 1. I mean, he was 4 cars deep all of a sudden and trying to go for a pass. So, I mean, he might have just got pinched.
Yeah, it's so hard. I mean, it was 3 wide there for a second too, and I'm not sure if the car twitched. I didn't see a touch, but maybe there was, or just trying to throw it into turn 1 like that didn't work, and evasive action was taken. They were definitely side by side, and I think Tony would have got that position regardless. So all 5 RCI teams are going to make it home today. Every single one of them in the top 32 on the podium, and 3 in the top 15.
And they're going to be the last ones across the finish line as well.
I wouldn't have it any other way. The 712 and the 714 coming across the line for RCI, completing every car inside the top 30 today. What a race it was. Mikael Sundstrom, Ryan Gill, and Fabian Schmedberger winning the 8 hours of Monza at RRC.